One of the world's leading transplant experts has said a change in the law in Wales may not increase organ donation rates here, at least in the short term. Tomorrow, Wales becomes the first UK nation to presume that people are willing to give their organs unless they've opted out. Spain has the highest donation rate of any country in the world, and the man in charge of its national transplant organisation has been speaking exclusively to our health correspondent, Owain Clark. This is his special report from Madrid.
If you're waiting for an organ transplant, arguably there's no better place in the world to live than here. Proportionately more organs are donated after death in Spain than anywhere else, but why are rates here so much higher than in many other countries? I've come to Madrid to find out. Now, some have speculated that Spain's world-beating organ donation rates might be down to the fact that the country has a presumed consent law, similar to the one that comes into force in Wales. But is that the key reason for Spain's success?
Yeah. We have been doing a lot of things.
This man is considered to be the godfather of the Spanish organ transplant system. When he took the reins in 1989, Spain's donation rates were nothing to write home about.
What we did is practically to change everything. We started with the new methodology. The Spanish model is to have the adequate person, the adequate place at the adequate time. The so-called transplant coordinator, which are medical doctor. We put one or even more if the hospital is big, on every hospital with the possibility to have an organ donor.
And I've been given rare access to one of the country's biggest intensive care units to speak to one of them. Dr. Del Rio leads a team of 6 doctors and 2 nurses at Madrid's San Carlos Hospital. Their job is to make sure that nobody that might end up being a suitable organ donor falls through the net.
We work together, and organ donation here is a part of the job, of a daily job, so it's easy to think of it.
To think of organ donation almost in this environment is to think of, ordering a blood test, ordering an X-ray.
Yeah,
is that natural?
Yes, that's right, it's natural.
But even though the law in Spain presumes everybody's a willing donor unless they object, in reality, if families say no, organs are never taken. Proportionately fewer families in Spain refuse than almost anywhere else. The theory is it's because society here is more open and comfortable talking about the issue.
Transplant coordinators usually go to the schools and talk to the scholars about organ donation. And when they go back to their homes, they talk to their parents about organ donation.
In fact, all the experts agree the law itself is only a small part of the jigsaw. More important, they say, is the work of the transplant coordinators and making sure enough intensive care beds are available.
Raquel, me llamo Owain.
But whatever the reason for Spain's success, those who have been given a new lease of life are eternally grateful. Raquel Nieto expresses her gratitude for the gift of new lungs in the pictures she paints.
People need to see that organ donation works. If a family donates their loved one's lungs, and to see the effect it could have, they just need to look at me. You're giving somebody a new life, giving a family life. My son can talk to me of tomorrows now.
800 miles away at Llandoch Hospital near Cardiff, Kimberly Chard, who's also an accomplished artist, is hoping her life can also be transformed by new lungs. She has cystic fibrosis, which means every breath is a struggle.
My body's just failing me and I just can't cope with it anymore.
She spent much of the past year in this ward, unable even to go on honeymoon, waiting, hoping for one phone call.
You can't plan anything because you don't know what's going to happen. You have to have your phone on you constantly in case they call. Everyone else seems to be going out enjoying life, and I feel like I'm stuck and I'm just waiting and the world's passing me by.
She argues if the new law will mean that call could come more quickly, for her and others it'll be worth it, even if it's just about getting more people to talk about their wishes. And it's a view echoed back in Madrid.
At every family's table, while they eat together, they have to talk about this issue. Discuss donation. Talk about what you'd want your family to say.
What's clear is the more organs that are available for transplant, the more lives can be saved. But the lesson from Spain, perhaps, is the law is only part of the picture.